Why do restaurant vegetables taste so good? It partially depends on how you cook them at home. For one, fresh veggies, like they often make them in restaurants, are a world better than frozen veggies. First, realize that frozen veggies were most often machine-fed and cut chopped, etc. The manpower involved usually is to feed the machine and to move a large bin full of processed veggies to a cooler. After the veggies are collected, frozen, they are moved to a separate machine that bags them for moving to a truck and then they're shipped. Cooking frozen vegetables, you lose a world of their nutrients in the process. In fact, that greenish inch or so of water you boiled them in, that contains a lot of vitamins and D minerals, and you're pouring it right down the drain. 2. They have trained chefs. Ones who knows a lot more than how to correctly pare down a head of broccoli and cauliflower. Restaurants can buy fresh veggies, often not just a head of broccoli, but a box at a time. Buying in bulk cuts down the rate even cheaper, and they have trained chefs who can easily cut down a head or two for service. 3. Aside from buying them cheaper and fresh, they also tend to steam them rather than boil them. Metal steam traps are easy to buy even at grocery stores. Heck, they are needed and essential to cook the clams, i.e. steamers, they sell. They are also quite common to come with rice cookers as inserts. Steaming veggies gets them soft like you boiled them, but doesn't boil all of the good stuff and flavor out. Even steaming them and holding them at temperature on a steam table is better than boiling frozen veggies. 4. Often you can use the miracle of cooking for the masses to produce a better melange. For example, they can use a zucchini and a yellow squash. While at home you may find no other use for the leftover squashes, at restaurant 5 to 6 full roasts will easily use an entire squash, and the 4 to 5 slices per roast increase the variety. You're wondering how they did a pot roast that didn't just use potatoes, carrots, and green beans. Well, there you go. You may even find the odd turnip sand, or squash slice in there too. How do they do it? Cook a half dozen sometimes and work a few slices in here and there. Lots of good reasons given already. I echo one and offer a new one. Prepared fresh. They are cooked, put on the plate, and brought to the table. Bam! As someone else said, veggies that cook at different rates are done so that they come out right together. E.g. you would partially cook some onions, then add zucchini wheels so they both are done right at the same time. No overcooked zucchini here. Most people don't experiment like that at home. They should. By the way, always cook carrots twice. Slice them into strips, steam or boil for several minutes. Remove from liquid and let cool for maybe 10 minutes. Place back into the liquid and finish them off. Add your butter, oil, brown sugar, mint, whatever, then serve immediately. I don't know why, but double cooking makes them more flavorful and lets them stay firm. No mushy. My other reason for why restaurant veggies taste better: expectations. People are hungry by time they're served. The wait, the smells, the sight of good-looking food on other tables makes for a tasty meal. It's lousy service that makes for a bad meal outweigh more than actual lousy food. Flip side is that good service makes an okay dining experience seem fabulous. I'm not sure what restaurants do, but if you place raw or steamed vegetables in a frying pan with a little oil or butter, like a teaspoon, then cook the vegetables on medium to low heat, they'll be tasty. The aim is to cook the water out of the vegetables slowly. In other words, reducing it, so that there is less moisture in the vegetable, then it'll taste much better. While cooking, squeeze 1/2 to 1 whole garlic clove into the butter. Make sure not to brown the garlic. Just a touch of garlic on a reduced veggie makes a world of difference. Add a dash of salt, pepper and a spritz of olive oil. Delicious. Because at home you boil vegetables until they go soggy because that's easier. In a restaurant, the vegetables are prepared, blanched quickly, then put into an ice bath to preserve color and freshness. Then they are reheated in ways to suit your dish in lots of lovely tasty things like butter, pan-fried, for example, and seasoned properly. All the elements of your dish in any decent restaurant will be seasoned individually, and the broccoli will get the same attention as your chicken. At home, vegetables are an afterthought. You stick them in a pan and forget about them for 10 minutes. Many chefs start their careers prepping and cooking the vegetables, and they are not allowed near anything else until they can get carrots right. So in short, your Brussels sprouts at home have been boiled until you reckon they're done, whilst in the restaurant they have been prepped, blanched, cooled and then maybe roasted in a little goose fat and then seasoned. It's an interesting question though, as only tonight I was having a chat with the missus and I reckon the only food in the world, ever, that should be boiled is a potato.